Welcome once again to Up to the Minute. I'm Todd Duplantis. And okay, so we had a little bit of a snafu there. We had a bit of a technical problem. We had someone logged into the show as me. They logged out of the Zoom room. So they basically, in essence, killed our show. So scratch that. We're starting all over again with Up to the Minute. So we've got your HCC news and information. I'm not going to walk over to the other studio like I did a second ago because that would be redundant. But trust me, Parrish Murphy, my co-host, is next door. Aren't you, Parrish?
I'm absolutely here. Just say never mind.
Never mind. Yeah. Boy, that was a first. There's always a first for things on Up to the Minute, and that
fun live TV.
That was one of them. Yeah, I wondered if it would be out there in if it'll be out there in like the blooper reel that we can put together at the end.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, why not? What the heck? We got a lot of that stuff. But hey, we've got your HCC news and information for the next half hour. By the way, you can watch us every morning, most mornings at Wednesday, or I should say, most weekday mornings at 10 a.m. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. Parrish, they can also catch us on social media anytime and on HCCTV.
Absolutely. We're on the Houston Community College District Facebook page. We're on YouTube, and we're also on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And we're also on HCCTV every day, well, Monday through Friday at noon, 5 and 10 p.m.
Okay. All right. Let's try this again because we were in the middle of talking with Desmond Bertrand Pitts, who joined us a few years ago before the pandemic. He's back again. He's the CEO of the Buffalo Soldiers Museum right here in Houston. Desmond, good to see you again. You're on the show for a third time, by the way.
Look at that. That was quick.
That was quick. We got you back on right away. We appreciate
it. To be back. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and we talked before the pandemic started. I imagine you got a lot of new things happening at the Buffalo Soldiers Museum. So we're going to get to that in 10 minutes. I promise the show will stay live this time, and we'll bring you back on again. Okay, let's get things started. We were talking about our barber program, and we do have an incredible barber program here at HCC. And if you've been driving around the city of Houston, you probably noticed barber shops are popping up everywhere. Well, joining us right now, we've got Shanice Britton, and she is the chair of the cosmetology department with the Consumer Arts and Sciences Center of Excellence. Good morning again, Shanice. How are you?
Good morning.
So the barber program, we started to discuss this before, but it is doing great. And it sounds like a lot of our students are very interested in this.
Yes, a lot of our students are. We recently just partnered with HISD, and we're so excited. So we'll have our first dual credit barber program this upcoming semester, and we're so excited about that.
And tell us more about that, because the students will be going to high school, finishing up their high school, but they can also earn credits here from HCC to work at a barbershop, maybe even start their own barbershop. How would that work?
Absolutely correct. These students that will be coming to our program, they're 16-year-olds, which can start in the 10th grade. They will be bused to our campus and they will be embedded with our students. However, these students, once they complete, they will be able to go on and take their license, have a career going for them. And I always tell students, this is something, even if they decide to go and get a 4-year degree, they can still do these things on campus. So I think it's a win-win for us all. So I think it's a great opportunity for these students.
And you also have programs where you're working this year to provide hair services to underprivileged youth.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes, we had the opportunity, Dean Bremer and myself, to speak with multiple ISDs, and they want to partner with us. We have students that when they're going to school with these particular ISDs, they don't have the means to have care services for their hair. So we'll be able to provide those services as well. And we're looking so forward to this. We have partnered with many of the Aldine districts as far as doing the proms, HISD doing proms, and all these services is provided for free.
Wow. That's incredible. It does a lot for the community, and it's also helping our students to learn and work on others. Let me ask you this, though. The barber industry, cosmetology, really is a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yes. Shops are popping up everywhere. I imagine a lot of students want to learn not just the skill, the trade, but you have to learn a lot about running a business as well. Do you encourage the students, say, you know, I know you want to be a barber, you want to have your own shop, but you got to learn about the business aspect as well?
Correct. And that's embedded in our curriculum as well, that they have to take business courses. So when our students get ready to enroll, we do encourage them not to only just go in for a certificate, we encourage them to also get in degrees, get their AAS degree so they can go on to a university where they can register for business, and that way they can come out with a bachelor's in business, and that way they'll know how to understand the entrepreneurship of running their own business.
So they'd be certified in cosmetology, but then they could get an associate's in business as well?
Correct. And that's a win-win for our students. We have so many students that have graduated from Houston Community College that are now entrepreneurs, and we're so proud of them.
Absolutely. And by the way, we've got an entrepreneur program here at HCC as well. So if you want to get your business plan checked out, we can help you with that as well. We'll get you trained and get you on the road to success. Okay, you've got something you're doing with the Star of Hope. Tell us about that.
Well, we've done this before with our barber program where we had our students, once we reach about the month of October, we will partner with Star of Hope and we would go down and we would cut all hair for the homeless. And one of the things that really struck a chord with our students was they asked, could we do this again? And just to be able to see the light in those students' eyes, to be able to go out into the community and help someone that cannot help themselves is really a privilege. And then they understand how privileged they are as well, once they're able to do these things.
I mean, once again, it's giving back.
It's giving back to the community, of course.
You always hear, if you're starting a business, some of the things that are paramount to that business is having some type of volunteer aspect in your
absolutely.
Well, because that you get to learn, but also you get that feeling where you're helping others.
Absolutely.
Let me ask you this. You've got some great statistics about students' success with your graduates. Maybe you could talk a little bit about that, because it's one thing to say we've got a wonderful program, but it's another to really show a testimonial where a student has made it, because really students can connect with that.
Yes, definitely. Our lash program, our facial program at 100% passing rate. So we're so excited about that. They're gone on opening their own business. Cosmetology, we're at 98%, and our barbering, we're at 100% as well. So those are very high numbers, which is very great for us, because now we have a lot of students that want to come into our program. We have students that are transferring from other schools coming into our program. And I am so excited about the future of HCC with our industry with the COE.
Well, when you have 100% rate of graduation from the program success, I mean, that not only says something about the program, but it says something about the students and their determination.
It says a lot about our students. It also says a lot about our faculty as well. We have a great team. We have professional faculty members that have been in the salons, so they're able to share their experiences as well. I feel like HCC have the best cosmetology team in order to teach our students.
Are you guys involved with the free haircut day that's been going on? Because it seems to be real popular as well.
It is so popular. We have a great barber free haircut day. It's on Wednesday on the Central Campus. We'll open back up and begin in October because we have new students. So of course, we want them to learn the basics and the trades of cutting. And then once it's up, we'll have it all around the Central Campus with all the signs. And I can tell you on a Wednesday, we average anywhere from 30 to 40 clients coming in to get haircuts, and it's also free.
And that is a great deal. And it's for our students that can do this at this time. Have you reopened it to the faculty and staff, or right now is it just for the students? We have opened it to faculty, staff, and the community as well. So it's been a great experience for our students. It gives them the opportunity to have that behind the chair industry experience. And hey, we're not only doing haircuts, we're shaving as well. We're doing facials. So I just want you all to know that just come down and see us, and we'll be excited to make sure that you look good. I know. And let me add, we have several employees here at HCCTV taking advantage of your services, so they certainly appreciate it. Yeah. Parrish is going to be there soon. He'll be joining. We would love to see him. If a student is wanting to get into your program and they're like, well, I really need to be working while I'm going to college, is there the opportunity for your students to not only get their certification to be working maybe do you have connections with them where they can get out and get some work while they're in the program as well?
We absolutely do. We have industry that come out from our advisory board and they actually hire our students. So it makes it easier for them to be able to be successful financially and also be able to get a career as well. And the great thing about our program, most of our services are for the school, for curriculum, is offered 3 days a week. So this gives them an opportunity because most people know that in salons, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is your most lucrative days where you're busy. So our students go to class Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So it gives them the opportunity to also be in a salon. So we definitely work with our students to make sure they're able to have the career, get a degree, and get their license.
Shanice, if someone is interested right now and signing up for the program, are you guys registering right now with the rest of the college, or do you take them in cohorts? How does that work?
We do take them in cohorts, but we are registering right now. I will say this because we are so popular right now. Our cosmetology program is now full. Our facial program is now full. Our lash program is now full. And we have a few slots left for our barber program.
Okay, if you want to sign up for that barber program, now's the time to do it. Would they be able to look at the other programs for the spring, though?
Yes, sir. They sure will. So we're absolutely waiting. We are taking their name and number and we give them a call and make sure that we email them so they can be able to register for spring.
Shanice Britton, the chair of the cosmetology department. Always good to see you. Thank you for being here and wish you the best and continued success.
Thank you so much. Great. Have a great day.
All right. Take care, Shanice.
I'm coming for my facial, Shanice.
I'm ready for it. You know what? I'm going to personally give you that facial.
You know what? Now I have to come. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm done. You guys want to take over now?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Go ahead. Take a break. Take a break. Go ahead. Take a break.
Okay.
Take a break.
That
is outstanding. You know what? I am and it's so ridiculous that I'm always impressed with the great programs that we have here. 100% graduation rate. That is absolutely.
I know you can't.
Congratulations.
I mean, and that's in several programs. I mean, not just one. You know, it sounds like it's across the board there. Thanks again, Shanice.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I know you've been waiting for it. The Parrish Murphy Show will be taking.
How about that? Yes. How about that?
Parrish,
we'll due to technical difficulties, we'll skip the monologue and we'll go straight to our guest. Our guest today, his name is Desmond Bertrand Pitts, and he is CEO of the National Buffalo Soldier Museum. Welcome to the big show, Desmond.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm also waiting on a facial and probably an edge up or something. So,
hey man, let's go together. Let's go together. Let's put them to work. Hey man, they got 100% graduation rate.
Absolutely.
When I saw that I was interviewing you, it was really great because I had actually been thinking about this for quite some time. I went to the Buffalo Soldier Museum. Actually, I went to the initial one that was actually on Sophomore, and then you guys have moved. You guys moved actually right across the street from our police department here at HCC.
Yeah.
And,
so we've been.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we've been here since 2012, and we've been great partners with HCC. So I'm a big fan, and yeah, we love it here. The space was when we were, scoping out spaces. This was before my time, but I was. Looking in the backgrounds, but this was the perfect place for us to be. Still in the museum district in Midtown, historic Third Ward. Still, I call it all of those things.
It is what it is. Absolutely. So Buffalo Soldiers to me were really unsung heroes in American history. When were they created?
Yeah, so it was created by the United States Congress in 1866. Mm-hmm. 4 Black units were formed to really expand the United States territory. And what we say here is that, had it not been for the Buffalo Soldiers, we wouldn't have won the West. We wouldn't have been all the way through California. And so they made huge contributions to just advancing the country.
Now, where did they get their nickname from?
The nickname, so there's a few things, I guess, myths around. But when you think about the buffalo and just the tenacity and just the strength and the courage of that animal, the Native Americans are noted and named as being the tribe, the people that actually gave the name to the Buffalo Soldiers because of attributing all of those things to the Buffalo Soldiers. And then there's myths about, the coarse hair and, African Americans and, our skin and hair and things of that sort. But I definitely see both ends of that. And they definitely were courageous and tenacious and really advancing their territory. And that's what that's what buffaloes do. They roam around territory. So that's what they were doing.
Now, they obviously fought in some wars. What were some of the wars that they fought in, and where did they fight?
Well, African Americans have fought in every war that we've had. And, even though our name says Buffalo Soldier National Museum, and people come to expect to hear about the Buffalo Soldiers and, who were these men, what we cover here, and we're actually noted with being the only museum to have the largest African-American military history in terms of memorabilia and artifacts. So we cover everything from the Revolutionary War until the present. So African-Americans have served since the beginning of forming this nation.
Now that the National Buffalo Soldier Museum has reopened, now that all this COVID stuff has really kind of calmed down just a little bit, what are some of the new exhibits that we can expect to see when we go?
Yeah, so glad that you asked that. We're actually in a very interesting position. So we're 21 years old now.
Wow.
And yeah, I'd like to say that, we're celebrating.
We're legal.
20 But it's a transition period. So, when people come in and some of our members come in now, a lot of the exhibits have remained unchanged. And that's a problem. That's been a problem for me as a leader, because I don't like to be, stuck in that same mold and not give our guests and our clients something new. So we're in the middle of, we're at the beginning stages of a campaign to really advance all of the exhibitions and the space and really reimagine, our museum. And we've had what we call in the industry mission drift for a few years, because we worked so hard to get the funding and things to kind of keep the museum going. But now we have an opportunity to change that narrative. But right now we have military inspired art that actually just went up. Tomorrow we have our opening reception for that exhibition. And what MIA is the acronym for military inspired art. That's kind of, my creativity.
Okay.
in creating that.
Okay. Put your stamp on it.
Right. I can come up with ideas. Now, I can't, paint a picture for the life of me, but I think I am creative in that perspective. But we have, I think, about 8 artists who come from all over the country. And what MIA was intended to do is to create a space, a platform for artists who have served in the military, but also artists who are inspired by military service. And so it brings those two groups together and just creates an atmosphere of art and transparency and experience and healing. And that was something that, when you think about the arts, you do think enjoyment and entertainment and fun and things of that sort, but you don't always think that it heals. And so I was, talking with artists and talking with veterans and people who are in the service now, it's really a coping mechanism. And so this creates that atmosphere for healing and for just learning and also being entertained and inspired. And that's what MIA does. So that'll run through October 22nd, if I remember my dates correctly. And it's here at the museum on our second floor.
Okay. Now, is there anything virtually that people could do at home to kind of interact with any of the Buffalo Soldier stuff? Because I know you got to update. I know you got to update, and you can't just walk in and just look at a bunch of pictures. You have to have something that'll appeal to the younger generation.
Absolutely. So that's another thing that we're working on, is the interactive exhibitions. We do have a kids room now. It's just minimal, but online you can view MIA. So our exhibition is online. All of the artwork is there, and descriptions and artists and information is also there. And there's information about the Buffalo Soldier story on the website as well. So you can get an idea before you come here. Like you asked me about how did they get their name, that's there. We talk about the westward expansion. We talk about all of the wars that the Buffalo Soldiers were in, or African Americans were in, from the American Civil War, Spanish American War, World War I, II, and even Korea. So there's a lot of information there. We have a little neat thing that we added where you can click on the uniform, different parts of the uniform. You can learn about, what this means, or what's the name of the hat that they wore. So we have a lot of things that you can do before you come, but we definitely want to come. We want you to come so we can see your face.
Great. Now, what educational activities do you guys have coming up?
So in terms of education, we are preparing for International Literacy Day in September. So we have a reenactment program that the kids love. We have reenactments of Kathy Williams, who's a female Buffalo Soldier. We have Harriet Tubman, which is one of the favorites. So she'll be leading the charge for International Literacy Day in September. And then we have the Buffalo Soldier story. One of our veteran resident artists, Wayne D. Hart, does a compelling presentation of a Buffalo Soldier. So those are the educational activities that we have coming up.
We need to do a movie about them. I want to do a movie with Wesley Snipes, Denzel Washington. These are American heroes. And what really annoys me is that there are groups of people like this that are never really recognized and people have absolutely no clue about. And I'm so glad that you guys, are updating the museum. And I'm glad you even have a museum. I remember when it was on Sophomore, I think it was maybe the size of a room, and now you guys have expanded and it's really, really wonderful. Can you tell me really quickly when you guys are open, the times and the dates, please?
Yeah, so we're open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And Thursdays we have one extended hour till 5 p.m. And Thursdays we're open. We're free from 1 to 5. So bring your kids, bring the family. Mostly generational, fun and knowledge here. Website BuffaloSoldierMuseum.org, BuffaloSoldiersMuseum.org, or you can give us a call 713-942-8920.
Awesome. His name is Desmond Bertrand Pitts. He is CEO of the National Buffalo Soldiers Museum here in Houston. We'll have more information about the museum on our post. Desmond, it's always great to talk with you. Pleasure meeting you.
Same here. Thanks for
having me. And come back before 2 years.
Yes.
I don't care. It could be another pandemic. I don't care. We'll do it virtually. Come back in 2 years, in less than 2 years, please.
Listen, with the things that we have coming up, I will certainly be back. So I'll be reaching out to everybody to let them know what we have going on here.
Awesome. That's great. And let's go get our facials too.
Absolutely. Denise, I'm ready.
Thank you, Desmond.
All right. Thanks, Parrish and Desmond. We got a few announcements to go before we wrap up the show. The Media Arts Student Showcase. We've been talking about this for a while. It's about to wrap up. They're live on YouTube. Well, the show is on YouTube. You can check out all of the students' projects from the past semester. We're talking students from filmmaking, audio recording technology, and more. There's a YouTube channel. We'll have a link in our social media post, and it's online through the 15th of this month, which is right around the corner. Okay, Parrish, Convocation is happening a week from tomorrow. You got to sign up now because it's going to be a big event.
Yes, Convocation registration is now open. HCC has opened registration to its fall 2022 convocation entitled Harnessing Our Entrepreneurial Capacity, which will offer 2 sessions in Stafford with bus transportation provided from 3 campuses to get you there. Also, the first 500 to register will receive a limited copy of Carol S. Dweck's Mindset book. Now, this all happens Friday, August the 19th at the Stafford Central Campus, starting at 10 a.m. That's the morning session, and there'll be an afternoon session at 2 p.m. Buses will be offered at the following locations. That will be HCC Central, HCC Northeast and HCC Northwest. We'll have more information in our post after the show.
Yeah, and because of convocation next Friday, there's no up to the minute. So keep that in mind. Next Friday, no up to the minute, because several of us, including myself, will be working at the convocation. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Get your degree for free. The Eagle Promise program is back. This is aimed at graduating seniors. Basically what it does is it keeps you from having to pay for college. If you get qualified for the program, you can have your college tuition, your books, all that stuff is paid for. It's a promise from HCC. If you'd like to sign up, make sure you do so. Get enrolled for the fall, especially if you're a senior. You're thinking, I may take a year off to go work. Go to college. You can do so pretty much for free if you're a graduating senior and you qualify for this program. You can make a difference, Parish, by signing up to make a donation to the foundation to support our students.
Absolutely. Invest in Houston's future by supporting HCC's foundation scholarships, which have funded countless students who have graduated and moved on to bigger and brighter futures because of your generosity and your donations. We'll have the link to that after the show as well.
Okay, Bedichek Orman, they are back. They're back at the West Houston Institute this year. A lot of times they were at the West Loop Auditorium, now at the West Houston Institute. They're not online again, but believe it, we live stream. Mark your calendar now for the 2022 Bedichek Orman auction. This supports worthwhile professional development opportunities for our HCC faculty. Make plans to enjoy an evening of bidding on great items for a great cause. We'll have a link on how you can get involved with that after the show is over with in our social media post. Registration, as we mentioned earlier in the show, it's underway right now, Parish.
Absolutely. Fall registration is ongoing. Fall registration 2022 is going on as I speak. The course options are still the same: online anytime, online on a schedule, hybrid, in-person, or hybrid lab. For registration on all HCC programs, go to hccs.edu/apply. That is hccs.edu/apply.
Okay, wrapping up today's show. Tomorrow is Friday. If you haven't noticed, we've made it. Congratulations, you made it through another week. Tomorrow's Film Friday, by the way. Randy Ramsey joins us again. She's our co-host on Fridays. She's also the executive director of Swamp, and she is a faculty member here at HCC. She's got a youth boot camp that's going on that's just wrapped up out at the West Houston Institute. We'll hear all about that. And next week, we'll have Mental Health Monday. Yep, believe it or not, it happens on Monday. That'll be happening with Roxanne Francis. So a lot going on over the next several days. Make sure you have a great day the rest of today. Try to stay dry. It could be raining. Try to stay out of the heat. And make sure you join us 10 a.m. tomorrow morning live right here for Up to the Minute.